What's good, 99 Dream family? We back at it, episode 26 of the 99 Dream Journey. My name is Julian Taliaferro. Y'all already know we coming again with another weekly business update, lessons for the week, and topic for the day, which is anything is possible. And the reason for this episode is because I was watching a social proof podcast where David Shands had asked the question of whether it is possible to overcome any obstacle. So that kind of had my wheels turning, and I started to think. And I'll tell you guys my answer a little bit later in the topic section of this episode. But that's the reason why I have it titled Anything is Possible. And also, just to let you guys know, it's spring break. So this week I'll have a little bit more time to dedicate on pushing my business forward, and then after this week ends, goes back to school again. But to get started with this episode, the quote for this week is a ancient Indian proverb, and it's certain things catch your eye, but pursue only those that capture the heart. So I think this just goes to show that sometimes you have to really just listen to yourself and not just go after that first thing you see, but really get things that strike your psyche. And then from there, you'll choose the most optimal thing because it really resonates with your heart. So that's the quote in the ancient Indian proverb: certain things catch your eye, but pursue only those that capture the heart. And now I can roll over and can get into my business update. So I have been able to gather some materials for my product packaging so I can start on my DIY work. And then also for my product labels that I need, I believe that I found an alternative. Before last episode, I was saying that my thermal printer is not working for product labels, only for shipping labels. So this alternative, it will require me to go through Office Depot, and I'll be able to figure out tomorrow if that'll be suitable, and then hopefully from there I can get that straightened out and send off my product to Amazon for that resale arbitrage that I want to do. And then also, I signed up for a pitch competition. So our school, University of Miami, through the business school, there's like a club that is hosting a startup pitch competition where the prize is 1,500. Sorry, not yeah, $1,500, and a entry into an accelerator called the Shrimp Society. So, really interesting prize pot. So I'll be pitching one of my startup ideas that I have, and we'll see how that goes. Honestly, I'm already nervous, but also excited at the same time. Just to give you guys a little bit of like a veil back into my mind. I think of everything in kind of like sports analogies. So what I do on the day-to-day basis, I kind of feels like practice, but then something like a pinch competition, I feel like is a game. So it would be equivalent to me like an NBA playoffs or something like that. So excited for it. Hopefully I'll be able to perform and just put my best foot put out there. But I have to start putting together my materials and my pitch deck, and that'll be next Tuesday. So I'll update you guys again on Monday, the day before the competition, and hopefully I'll be fully prepared by then. And yeah, so excited for that. But now I can get into my lessons for the week, because my business update is over, and I have four lessons for the week. And it's kind of a couple of lessons that kind of felt this week. And the first one is look for inspiration in kind of like other places. So this is like a reminder for me. My parents actually had to remind me to, like, I guess just like expand, I guess, because for me sometimes I can really zone in on just entrepreneurship, and that's like all I think about, and nothing else really intrigues me. All I want to do is just succeed, right? So that's like on my mind 24/7, and nothing else really comes up. But they were telling me that I have to kind of like I guess like look in other places for inspiration and just do other things, because you can pull those, and then those may be sources that can allow you to boost your business, or push or boost your mental or your personal development and things like that. So and like you learn from experiences. So say if I did something random, I might learn something from that who knows, 5 years from now I could implement. So that is the first lesson. Look in other places for inspiration. The second lesson is God will always bring you back to where you need to be. So this past week, I was feeling a certain type of way on one of the weekdays because like a certain situation, and I was feeling kind of conflicted, right? And I didn't really like how I was feeling, but I just had to ask God to get my mind back where it needs to be, to get me back settled, get me calm and collected. And then that's what he did, right? God always does what he needs to do. And the thing is just that you have to ask, ask and thou shalt receive. So, uh, ask for anything from God, and he'll put you right back to where you need to be. So that's the second lesson. The third lesson is find what you love. So for this, I was leaving a networking event on Thursday for a startup like networking event hosted by Venture Cafe Miami. And I love networking events now. I love going out, being able to meet people. But the thing for me that I love really is when I'm driving back home from the networking event and I'm just reflecting on the night, reflecting on all the great people that I was able to meet and connect with, hopefully, maybe build with, and just knowing that I was able to push forward another day. And that is the best feeling for me, just like as I'm driving home, just thinking about that, it is like, it's the best feeling. And I think a big thing, especially now, is that that's like the most tangible thing that I have, because I don't have any tangible results in my Amazon FBA business yet or anything. So that's like the most tangible thing that I have. And like I cling to that, and I cling to that feeling, and I know what I love, right? And it's that. So that's the third lesson: find what you love. And then fourth is to trust your intuition. So I feel like a lot of times, sometimes something may happen in our lives, and because we feel a certain type of way, we may feel crazy for feeling that. But I'll say 8 times, 9 times out of 10, you're never really crazy, and what you're feeling is the right emotion. I'll just say trust your intuition. Although you may feel that feeling, I feel like it is always good to wait a little bit and just to really confirm and make sure that you didn't hear anything wrong, or you're not overthinking or anything. But 9 times out of 10, what you feel is the right emotion, and that's okay. And that just means that you have to trust that and then act on whatever that intuition is telling you. So yeah, those are the four lessons. First one being looking other places for inspiration. The second one being God will always bring you back to where you need to be. The third one is find what you love. And then the fourth one is trust your intuition. So now I can go into my topic, which is anything is possible. And as I said in the intro, the reason for this is because I was watching the podcast, and David Shands had asked that question on whether it is possible to overcome anything, right? And it's a tough question. What is the obstacle? Is it just a work obstacle? Is it a personal life obstacle? Is it depression? Is it a loss of a family member? And it kind of had me thinking. But for me, I came to the conclusion that it is possible to overcome any obstacle, because anything is possible. Whether it's loss of a family member, whether it's depression, self doubt, anything. It's you can overcome it, right? It's a choice to overcome. And all not I'm gonna say all you have to do, but like if you set a goal, you have to want it, and you have to like really want it, and then you will get it. And I feel like a lot of the misconception is that you may think that you want it, right? But the only way you really know if you want something is if you put action to it, if you put action to your thoughts and to your words. And that's the only way you'll know that you'll be serious. And like, there should never be a question on whether something is possible, because every day, every second, you should be working to make it possible, right? There should be no room for doubt. And what is interesting though is that I feel that even though you may have a specified goal or a specified way on how you may achieve something, it doesn't always, kind of go that way. A lot of times you may achieve something or overcome an obstacle in a route that you didn't think would happen that way. The pathways to success are endless. And The only thing that you can control is just what you put into it. You can only control your input. The function, may be crazy, but you can only control what you're putting into it. And then from there, the output will come as long as you keep putting into it, keep putting into it. Um, and yeah, you just had to be disciplined enough to grind consistently. Uh, just be disciplined and, continue to just work forward, but be open minded that your pathway that you think may not be it. You just have to be open minded that it may be something you never thought about. And for example, like with me, when I went to this networking event on Thursday, I was meeting people who worked at startups, and I actually met this woman who worked at an aerospace startup, and she was saying how she may be able to open the door for me to have an opportunity to have a role at that company. And what I close the door to that and say no because that's not how I visualize my pathway to success. No, I'm not going to cross that off the list. I have to stay open minded because you never know what the future may hold. So just have to stay, open and just continue to grow and develop. And that's, all you really can do. And just set yourself up to be successful, set yourself up to be in a situation where anything is possible. So, that just leads me to conclude with anything is possible. You just have to believe and make decisions that then show that you believe, right? Put your actions where your words and where your thoughts are. So that is the topic. Anything is possible. And now I can get into my next steps, which are to continue my DIY work on my product packaging, to send off my product. So go to Office Depot tomorrow and then figure out if my alternative will work for my product labels, and then prep for the startup pitch that I have next week. And yeah, hopefully I can get my pitch, you know, down packed, and hopefully it's great. So we'll see. And all right, let's get it, y'all. Go and achieve your 99 dream. And it's 99 dream because you are going to achieve your dream, but nothing is perfect. So you can achieve 99% of that. And let's go and let's get it.